Today, we're going to talk about a tiny two-letter word that can honestly change your life. We're learning how to say no. And trust me, it's probably one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. Does this look familiar to you? You're juggling everything. Work, family, friends, your own projects. And you've got this nagging feeling that if you drop just one of those balls, the whole thing is going to collapse. Sound about right? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So let's get into why this happens. So what's at the heart of all that juggling? Well, it's usually this constant pressure we feel to just say yes. For so many of us, it's not even a choice. It's just a reflex, right? We don't even think about it. But why? Why do we do that? It always starts small, doesn't it? A coworker just pops over and asks, "Hey, can you help me with this?" Or maybe a friend says, "It'll only take a minute." And look, on their own, each little request seems totally fine, totally manageable. But then you get this one. The one with the emotional pressure baked right in. And all of a sudden, saying no feels like you're not just saying no to a task. You're saying no to them. You're letting them down. And just like that, poof, your entire day is suddenly about everyone else's to-do list. Okay, but being so agreeable, it comes with a price, a hidden cost. Because think about it. Every single time you say yes to one thing, you are automatically, without even realizing it, saying no to something else. So the real question is, what are we giving up? And that cost, it's pretty steep. We're talking burnout, complete exhaustion. You lose focus. You lose that precious time you have for yourself. And that can start to bubble up into resentment. And meanwhile, your own goals, the things you want to do, they just sit there, unfinished. That is a really heavy price to pay just to be nice. So when you add it all up, what do you get? For a lot of us, the answer is this: zero. Nothing. 0 hours left in the day for you. 0 energy for the things you're actually passionate about. 0 space to just breathe.
All right, so this is where we have to make a really big mental shift. We've got to stop thinking of no as this bad word, like it's some kind of personal rejection. We need to start seeing it for what it really is. It's an act of self-respect.
Let's give it a new definition, shall we? No is not a weapon. It's not a wall you put up. It's a tool. It's the tool that helps you build a life that you are in control of, a life where you get to decide where your most precious things, your time and your energy, are going to go. This really lays it out perfectly. On the one hand, you've got what we're all afraid of, right? That we're being selfish, or we're letting someone down, or starting a fight. But the reality, it's so much better than that. It actually means you respect your own limits. It means you're setting your priorities. It means you're just being honest. Okay, so the idea behind it is great, but how do you actually do it? Let's get super practical here. I'm going to give you a few simple phrases you can literally start using today, and I promise it's way easier than you think. Here's a super simple formula. It's just 3 steps. First, you just acknowledge what they asked. Show them you heard them. Then you state your no, clearly, calmly, no big dramatic story needed. And then, if you feel like it, this part's optional, you can offer an alternative. Here's a perfect example of what that sounds like. It's polite, right? It's direct, and it's honest. You let them know you appreciate the thought, you say your no, and that's it. You don't owe anyone a huge explanation. A simple sentence like this is incredibly powerful. And here's one that uses that optional 3rd step. See, you're setting the boundary, I'm not available then, but you're also offering a different solution. This shows you're still a helpful person. You just want to do it on terms that actually work for you and respect your time. So what's the payoff here? What actually happens when you start using this little tool? What's the big reward? Well, you create space, real, actual space, for the things that you genuinely care about. I absolutely love this concept. Every single time you say no to something that isn't quite right for you, you're actually giving yourself the power to say a huge, loud, enthusiastic yes to something that really, really is. And just look at what those big yeses can be. It could be yes to just getting some rest. Yes to spending more time with people you love. Yes to finally picking up that hobby you've been dreaming about. Yes to finishing your own stuff for a change. And maybe the most important one of all, a yes to your own peace of mind. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Once you start putting up these healthy boundaries, once you start using this simple little word, what incredible things are you finally going to make space for? If you found this valuable, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, follow, like, and share. Also, be sure to watch my next videos. Thanks so much for being here.